Hey everyone, wanted to make an announcement about some good news about a new program that we've got starting up here. It actually started already this month. We reported the first time, and it'll keep going ongoing from this point on. So what I'm talking about is credit reporting for your tenants. So what we're starting to do now is that every single month we report to two of the three major credit bureaus, and the third credit bureau to start hopefully shortly. But the two major credit bureaus, we are reporting every single month on whether your tenant has paid their rent or not. So if the tenant pays on time, which of course is the vast majority of our tenants, this is an added benefit to the tenant because it boosts their credit score. And usually that boost that they're going to get after a few months is somewhere between 40 to 100 points. That's about the range that they see in improvement to their credit score for paying on time. Now, if they don't pay on time, then it will report that late payment to the credit bureaus. And if they have to be evicted, it'll report that also. So this will all get reported automatically every single month. We process this on the 4th of the month. Sometimes it takes a few days after that for it to actually get to the credit bureaus, and then a couple of weeks for it to actually show up on their report. But that's when we pull the data from our system to actually go to the bureaus. So it's based on the 4th of the month, which, by the way, is the same date of the month that we send our late notices to tenants. So if they get to that date when we send a late notice, we're also sending something out to the credit bureaus letting them know that the tenant didn't pay their rent on time. So what this will do, we hope, and there's good evidence in the rest of the industry that this works, is we believe this will improve on-time payments from tenants. So that they have this incentive where they know, and we're going to send out a video to the tenants letting them know of this, and new tenants will have this in their lease and they'll be notified of it. So they know ahead of time that if they pay on time, they get a credit boost. If they pay late, it will damage their credit. And that, this is different than the way it's been in the past, where we had to wait until the tenant moved out and owed money, and then we could hand it over to a collection agency, and then the collection agency would have to report it to the credit bureaus. Now that we're able to do that directly, we don't have to wait anymore. We can do that every single month, so the tenant knows that they can either get the benefit or get the quote-unquote punishment for how good they are at paying their rent. If they're a great tenant, they're going to get a great benefit from this with a boosted credit score, which will help them out. If they're a bad tenant, they're going to see that hit to their credit report, making it more difficult for them to get other loans, to get another rental in the future, and so on. So they will know that ahead of time. And from talking to other people in the industry, it seems clear that this does reduce delinquencies and it provides real incentive for the tenant to pay on time. This is especially important right now when we have an eviction moratorium in place. We're not able to enforce the lease when a tenant doesn't pay the rent. So this will add something to the mix that will give that tenant who thought, maybe I won't pay the rent because there's no consequence for it right now. I can just wait until the end of July. Well, now they'll know, what, that's not true. There is consequence for that. And the first group of tenants who haven't paid their rent, that's already been sent to the credit bureaus this month. So now there are consequences for that. So that is a benefit here to the tenant. If they're a good tenant, there's a benefit for them. And obviously there's the benefit for you as the owner too, having the tenant have that incentive so they're more likely to pay on time. No additional cost to you. Nothing you have to worry about. Just wanted to let you know that so you were aware of this improvement to the service we're providing. And that is already in place and will be in place going forward. If you have any questions, feel free to send me an email, toddo@gtlrealestate.com. Thanks.